Okay. We should now be live, so just give me a moment to check on YouTube to make sure that we're live. Yeah, 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 yeah. Show me live, baby. Oh, hey, there's an ad. We are live on YouTube. And next up, we should be live on Twitch. Give me one moment, please. Boop. Booting up Twitch. No, no, I don't want you to show me some other person's channel. Sorry. Teach me. There we go. We are good to go. I'm going to put this up to chat only. Bop. I don't have any bits, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, they changed the design of bits. Okay. I mean, like, sure. What I would like to do is this. I will be you. Imagine if I could spell. Oh, wait, no. Send a message in sub only mode. That's weird. Blah, 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 blah. There's no, I thought for sure there was a look at a big thing.
The YouTube chat's not showing up for me.
Uh-oh.
Saying
Hello?
something. What up? Saying something went wrong. What went wrong? And then there's a tiny monkey with a hammer. There we go.
Oh. Oh, the Google.
Yeah. Never seen that thing a day in my life. I missed the dinosaur jumping game. That's what
Oh, me too. You can still get it. It happens to me when my internet dies.
I need that everywhere.
Oh, Gigantify and emote cost bits. That's why it doesn't pop up on mobile. Okay, I see. Oink! Okay, I got it. I understand how those rewards work now. I do not have that read my messages out loud thing, though. So, if any of you out there are trying to get me to say get my computer to say some absolutely wild stuff, you'll have to wait until I say some absolutely wild stuff. Sorry.
Listen, we always say wild stuff.
It's true. It's like what we're good, what we're best at.
Actually, yeah. I'm actually, I think that's very accurate. I think that's surprisingly accurate. I can say wholeheartedly that we are infamous for our ability to absolutely do the wildest thing. Or say the wildest thing.
It's true.
Like, we gave hugs at the office. Pretty sure that's like an entire violation. Pretty sure.
The Laundry King was just telling me that there's a dude who works at his job. He works in a supermarket, much like Grimbo. And this dude at his supermarket, this one person that he knows, like, it's a friend of this person who works at the supermarket. Somebody that he knows keeps coming in. They hug each other hello, and then this person complains that he hugged her. And I'm like, That lady has it out for him. Like, there's no reason to come to this
Yeah,
dude's
no, that's
job.
8.
Like, this guy really, this person really wants him fired.
Yeah, like you got hate in your heart if that's what you're looking at to do. But then again, I feel like we've worked with people like that.
It's true.
So simultaneously, I have to be like, it's not the wildest thing.
Some people just want to watch the world never have a job.
I much prefer to watch those people burn as I watch the world turn.
Ooh, I like what you did there. Hmm.
Also, VF got me into Mordheim.
Wait, can you even play Mordheim? I guess you can play Mordheim digitally.
Oh no. Like, I ordered minis.
Ah, yeah. Join me on the
I
dark side.
like, and we now all have me, him, and another member of our group have all. I cannot remember what his Discord name is. 'Cause I don't remember it actually. But we are trying to convince the last person that it's time for them to join us in the hellhole that is Mordheim. Pretty much just we just want everyone to burn with us. I decided to go Carnival Chaos, the Circus of the Carnival, the Chaos Carnival. And, send you the mini that I got for my leader, but it actually is inspiring me for the Halloween season to create a grimdark one shot. So I think I should be done with that by the end of the week. I realize I can write one shots way too quickly.
I like that. How do I describe this? Mordheim is cool in that you're not just like you control a party, but it's one person. So
Warband,
Maladum is kind of like that too. And there are already people who are like, oh, I'm going to reuse my Maladum terrain for Mordheim. And I was like, it probably takes up less space because it's cardboard and it folds flat. So maybe, I don't know if I'll play, but I can at least facilitate you guys playing.
Oh, you'll play. Because everyone in Mordheim, I've learned, just reuses minis and uses the proper system, apparently. So, like, no one's diving into forcing people to use certain ones. And I gotta send you some of the pictures. It's opened my eyes to minis, but I also realized that opening my eyes to minis is a dangerous thing.
Oh, also,
Because
Mordheim's cool in that, like, it's not like if you play Kill Team or 40K, like your army is like your squad has to be part of that army. Mordheim, you can have mercenaries from whoever you want.
yeah, there's a lot of rules in 1A because we're running 1A Mordheim, which to anyone listening probably sounds complicated, but it's essentially just the original 6 war bands of Mordheim that are like, think of it as like the original 5e, and then everything after is like unearthed arcana that everyone just accepts kind of stuff. But they're just ridiculous. I think Clubs is running Rat.
He is gonna do Skaven?
Yeah, he's running Skaven. I think Void is running Sigmar.
Ooh.
But it's like low age, early Sigmar.
Because Mordheim as a city has just survived its own magical apocalypse, and survived is a very strong term.
All I know is I'm running the demonic hell clowns, which is ironic because I'm actually afraid of clowns. So it's interesting that I've decided that I immediately latched on to like the weirdest. It's like if Barnum and Bailey. It's like if is it Barnum? What was it? Ringling Brothers was it? What was that? I don't even.
I mean, Barnum and Bailey and Ringling Brothers are both circuses,
Okay.
or I guess both were. I don't know if they still exist. One of them has holograms. That I know.
You know, it's like if I took the Universal Soul Circus and demanded that they weren't a Universal Soul Circus, they were a Universal Circus that took souls.
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, DM Lacara.
Hey guys, what's up?
DM Lacara.
Oh, that's so good.
What?
I just saw your image of your carnival leader. Oh, that's so good with his little familiar that looks like it came out of Dragon Quest.
We were talking about Mordheim, which is Warhammer adjacent stuff.
Okay,
But
yeah, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking
it's all Warhammer adjacent TTRPG stuff that I've been looking into. But part of it that has been interesting to me is that I started writing a grim dark one shot now in the D&D in a D&D style. I've
Yeah.
contemplated stripping all the classes into base classes and just slapping on abilities from some of the base of classes onto like fighter will have maybe some things from other fighter subclasses just at level 1 because
hmm
the likelihood you're not looking to fight and level, you're looking to survive.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
I'm playing around with some fun ideas, mostly spell casting being free
hmm
unless you roll a 1 in which you forget your spells.
Yeah.
Gross.
Hey, nothing spellcaster not to teach spells like I don't know, getting hit with a inability to use cantrips for the rest of their day because I'm doing it like it's almost like a level lock.
Oh. I'm
Oh,
trying to
can you
remember.
imagine a world where like you start out, you have to learn a certain like you learn your spells, and then each spell that you teach somebody, you lose the ability to cast.
Oh, you're
Now,
in like if you have like a school of spellcasters, you're in like this weird almost like circle jerk pattern of like you're trading spells around so they stay within the school.
I was thinking more of a thing of like each spell is almost like its own semi-sentient chunk that is either in you or you
oh,
give it up to someone else.
so like everyone, I had seen, I don't know if it was a
Dragon.
story or it might have been an anime, but like everyone was born with a certain amount of magic in them.
Uh-huh.
And it was like the idea of MP in like an RPG game. Once you
Yeah.
ran out of your MP, your life was gone. And people who were meant to be highly magical and like it was this whole thing of magical families, like being very much like the bourgeoisie and like the high and like a lot of what we heard royals doing in different times well before common sense kicked in, where they would like make sure you only bred the strongest magic line kind of ideas.
Yeah.
And the main character is this guy who apparently has like 5 spells, 5 MP, but apparently is also from like. But we learn later on like he's like the greatest from the greatest spellcasting family. So
Uh-huh.
all these other spellcasting families, after learning this kid is actually from like the legendary Merlin, I think it was. Essentially, they're like Merlin is your ancestor, and all in your family were limited because Merlin was so powerful. And now everyone's like, we need his bloodline to be a part of our bloodline. And it's like this whole deal, like these sending their daughters after the main character to be like, you want to marry her. I like introducing that idea though of limited magic based on, like you said, sentient magic or being born with a spell kind of idea.
Yeah.
Because I think it would even allow for you to say like, oh, well, fireball was, if you have fireball, perhaps you had a parent with a fire spell and a parent with an air spell that magic that somehow created a fireball that's just bigger or something like that. Like, there's so much you can play with there. I like that idea, DM Lacara. Let me steal it and give you full credit.
Go for it.
You'll give you full credit. That's
Yeah, that would be cool. Like an almost like alchemical thing of like the ways that the magic combines in people. And then if you could just like pass it around, like people like swap spells with each other and everything. There are people that are basically mercenaries just for their spells. Like they just pass the spell to somebody else.
But that would also make it for like spell trading.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would imagine there would probably be like an order to like make sure all spells were traded fairly. Because I'd imagine there are people who are going to just completely abuse the system and be like, "I'm stealing your spell."
Yeah, you're definitely going to
yeah.
have people on the DL who are like, oh, I found a way to steal this spell from somebody.
Or like spell
Weregiant,
collectors.
and also to make sure that like really powerful like spells of mass destruction do not like just get traded to like some random crazy.
Yep.
Mm.
You could even like a spell book. If a wizard ever left a spell book, like they're hyper rare because that wizard isn't around to keep those spells they've collected. So maybe
Yep.
when you die, you become a spell book.
Oh,
And so spell books are generating homes in families and getting a whole grave robbers are breaking into crypts to steal spell
yeah.
power.
I was thinking,
Or almost like a lich transition. You turn into one of like your very soul is infused into one of those sentient spells. Like you become the spell and then get passed on.
there's a guy on DM's Guild who that's the only homebrew content he does is living spells. What would happen if this spell was alive and how it would like function in the real world.
That's pretty cool.
I was thinking that almost in like a Big Mom kind of way from One Piece, where her actual ability is that she can remove years from your life and converts it into energy that she can then place in other things or give other people powers. That like the spells, once you've run out of that mana, you can use your life as the energy for the spell. So people will have like you almost have like a blood bank, and that blood bank will let you give you access to the spells that those people knew. So
It's breaths from Warbreaker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool idea, especially playing around with magic. It's like everyone is a sorcerer. To be technically everyone's a wizard because everyone can use
Yeah.
magic, and aren't skilled enough with their magic, so they don't really use it, or they have like very basic like cleaning magic or like certain things of that nature where it's more meant for menial tasks. Like you said, those big spells will be heavily policed and highly sought after, but also extremely hard to get a hold of without going through probably like 75,000 pages of red tape and contracts.
That's like begging to be the setting for a heist story. Like trying to get out a living spell.
And this is why people come to the roundtable. Because in the first 10 minutes, we have already concocted an entire world setting, rule set for your world. That's all for free.
I'm thinking also like I can't think of it. I think his name is Crawlo. He's the leader of the leader of the, yeah, he is trash. He's the leader of the Phantom Troop in Hunter x Hunter, and his ability is that if he kills you, he can steal your innate ability, but it comes to him in the form of a card. So he has a spell book that's got, it looks like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but it's all these spells that he's stolen from people. And
Oh.
depending on which ones he puts out, I think he can use 2 at a time, but he stole someone's power, which is a bookmark, so now he can use 3 at a time. Whatever. Don't care about that. But he has a cool thing where if he takes out 2 cards and he plays them at the same time, he can combine those 2 innate abilities.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We're getting that idea down for later.
Dun, dun, dun. But I think for tonight, we're going to try to get through 2 adventures. The first one here is really short. It's only 6 pages, and one of those is the introduction. So I'm pretty sure we can get through at least this one. But first up is Curse of the Weregiant, which is weird because were is not the part that's wolf. Were just means man. So this is Curse of the Man Giant, which is kind of funny if you think about it.
The curse of being a tall person.
Like,
I don't know why we're in the curse of height.
I don't remember how tall the guy is, but he's almost 8 feet tall, and he has business cards that he hands out whenever someone says, "Wow, are you?" He doesn't even let them finish. He just gives them a business card that says, "Yes, I'm tall. No, I don't play basketball."
Smart. Smart, because those are the only 2 questions I think anybody is asking him.
Mm-hmm.
But I am curious as to why the full moon took this average size, what I'm imagining was originally an average size person, and either made them a giant werewolf or took a giant with lycanthropy and made him even scarier. Because this guy with the flaming sword does not look like he thought that through.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah.
I don't know who told him to go out in the woods at night, but they don't like him.
For those of you on YouTube, if you would like to follow along with us, I know one of these is free and one of them is not. I apologize. I don't remember which is which at this point. But if you're on YouTube, you check the links in the description. They will take you here. You can follow along with us. But if you're on Twitch, I'm going to pop the link up for this particular adventure up on DriveThruRPG, and I will pin it for the next 30 minutes, just in case. I popped the file into into the roundtable chat, but I didn't give you the map because the map is enormous. It's actually very simply done, but the file size is enormous.
Well, we can review the map because you have the file for the map.
Yeah, so I'll show it on the stream, but I can't send it through Discord without. Actually, I don't know what the nitro limit is. I think it's 25 megabytes. So probably still won't work.
Jeez. Is it a digital map file? No, is it meant for tabletop?
I don't think it's
simulator
meant to
stuff?
be printed, so I don't know why it needed to be that big.
I'll get to it.
But one thing I will say is this is from Adventurers Await, and Adventurers Await is a group that has done many, many Kickstarters, and I have many of their Kickstarter things. So I'm actually not sure if this one was included in one of the Kickstarters. It does have its own separate thing on DriveThruRPG, so it might be separate. But it is based on the idea that your party of 4 to 5 players is 9th level. However, if there's supposed to be a Weregiant there, there's a Weregiant there. Don't go through CR, because CR is hard enough as it is to calculate, and then to actually use. It's very hard to balance who will glass cannon shatter first, because that's how D&D works.
Fair. Yeah, let's see what they're saying. Off the bat, I can see that, like you said, they're looking to give you that 9th level, but they also mentioned that characters complete this adventure should earn enough experience to reach 1/3 of the way to 6th level.
So does that mean you're level 2?
Average party level of 9.
Yeah. So your party level, generally speaking, the idea is that there's 4 to 5 people in it. DM Lacara and I, our average party level means nothing to us because there's too many people in our game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever calculated APL. I think I've honestly just been like, I think they're smart enough to beat this.
Hmm.
Or this makes sense. I hope they can figure it out. I don't think I've ever calculated a not to say that I was throwing, ancient dragons at level 1 adventurers, but
Fair.
I think I've ever sat there and said, you know what, this is gonna be good for people. This is an interesting idea. I'm not really experienced about that.
One thing they do want to point out is that this is a were creature. It's got lycanthropy, actual lycanthropy, not therianthropy or zoanthropy. So within the context of the game, that means it can't be harmed by non-silvered, non-magical weapons. So if you're in like a super low kind of campaign, you might want to tweak it so that they can be hurt by that. If there's like low magic, low anything, and you won't have access to silvered or magical weapons, this will probably be quite an uphill battle. Unless you want to teach your players, like, you have to figure out what you can melt down in this house to turn into a silvered weapon or coat one of your weapons in silver, which could also be fun.
I feel like in general, if you're dealing with were creatures, like your party, unless you literally just drop this thing into the middle of a campaign that's never seen a were beast before, like they should have something.
If you're playing by official
say having-
WotC stuff, yeah, you should have that one magic item per character.
No, I was talking about silvered stuff, and then I realized I dropped Weregear on you guys in the middle of a campaign that's never dealt with were creatures before. So never mind. I'll shut up now.
I'm a Weregear too.
The Weregear. Oh my god.
Yep, it was great.
I don't know why when you say Weregear, I think, Okami, you know the cartoon I'm thinking about, but it's like this deer takes off like its gloves.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've shared that in
Yes.
Cars chats. Immediately, that's what I thought of. You guys know Adventure Time, the deer. Oh my god, he's so creepy.
It was Adventure Time.
He's so creepy.
That like really hit something primal, and everybody that saw it didn't know.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. One of our other party members brought that up too.
It taps into, because there's this. So it's gonna be a slightly off topic, but like there are certain animals I've found as I've gotten older that just when I see them in film or media, I'm always intrigued as to how they're gonna play them, and they always stand out. And deer are one of those things that are either comedic or terrifying. And the deer in Adventure Time is just pure terror because it's too human-like. Like, to the point it stands up on its hind legs when it's ready, and it's just like, I'm like, wait.
You always suspected deer could do that.
Yeah.
My favorite is in Welcome to Night Vale. Deer are the like parasitic hosts for realtors.
Hit.
Yep. Let that sink in.
That is amazing.
They only mention it once in like a very short bit. Well, I say that I am like 150 episodes behind on that show. But no joke, I think they're around like episode like 250 and I'm on like 75. But they mention it once and they're just like, hey, are you looking for a new home? Like, wrestle down a deer and knife open its chest cavity and ask the realtor inside, like, where your dream home is. And it was just so just dropped in the middle of the episode and you're just left sitting there going, Wait, what?
All right, when I get through with my 10-month behind backlog of watch later videos, I'm gonna start watching and listening to Welcome to Night Vale.
You
Yeah,
are
this is-
only like 15 years late. Like, it is so creepy and so good. And also, Cecil's voice is the absolute perfect thing to fall asleep to if you ever like have insomnia. It is just so soothing.
I do. It sounds like perfect material. I just looked at a picture of a deer from the Welcome to Night Vale. This image that they gave me.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put this in our chat because this is probably
I
this
know
is
the
probably
image
what
you're gonna put in.
I
Yep.
I don't
Oh,
I don't even know how to process that, but this image alone and the fact that all deer are named deer, all I need. All I need. I've read nothing more but seen this picture and read one line and I closed everything. I'm like invested.
Yep. Oh yeah. It is truly one of the best media things that our generation has ever produced.
that's high
Gotcha.
praise.
Yeah, I gotta check this out.
Look, if I was on a desert island, I would take with me Firefly and Welcome to Night Vale.
Thank you for taking Firefly.
Oh,
Oh yeah. The 2 times I went to Comic-Con, I cosplayed Firefly.
I'm not crying, but I'm crying because I miss it.
It was
I gotta get me a little orange hat.
It's on one of my favorite the opening theme is on one of my favorite songs to listen to.
Yep. Yep.
I just listen to it sometimes, it'll come on shuffle and I'll be like I sit there I'm
Yep.
like, Sunny Roads.
Replay it a couple times.
Yeah. Just sit there, just listen to it and it's like, oof.
Yep.
There are just too many comic books. Actually, they just released a comic book in the Firefly universe that's like how Mal and Zoe met. And I was like, it took you this long to do that story?
It's the origin story everyone wants. Nobody cares for anyone else.
Kinda, yeah.
What?
To be quite honest, yeah.
Yeah. That entire show was Mel and Zoe. I mean,
Yeah,
I was like, 2024? This released now?
I need to know the history.
yeah. You know it was one of those things where like the first time they met they fought over something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would never work with you, you asshole.
I'm looking around shifty-eyed. But yes.
Yeah, of course it is. That you could not write that any other way.
It's true. It's true. And like this actual book, I guess this canonical book comic book comes out on the heels of they've just done a whole bunch of what if alternate universes where like the characters all did their things but jumbled up. And I was like, and now you want to release the real thing so we all think it's fake based on the fact that all you've released is what ifs?
Mm. They just want room to retcon later.
Ugh.
I am so overdue for a rewatch. What's your favorite episode, Shin?
Ooh, that. I'm a fan of early episode. I'm a fan of the earlier, like Bushwhacked is probably like really enjoyable for me. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It's like the 6th episode, I want to say.
Shindig? I don't remember the order.
No. When Mal wakes up to find out he's married. Mrs. Reynolds. Mrs. Reynolds. That's what it was. I had to look it up. Yeah. When Mal wakes up and he's like, I'm married.
That was a
Like,
good one.
Because it was so well played for everyone to be like, what do you mean his wife? How's she here? What happened last night?
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Yeah. And what's her name? Is such a Christina Phillips?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Uh,
It's such a
That
fantastic
sounds right.
actress. It's something like that.
Christina Hendricks.
Hendricks,
red
there we
hair,
go.
red hair, yeah.
Christina Hendricks. Yes, from
Yep.
Mad Men.
She's
yeah.
amazing.
As she's just so. She's like so bubbly at times, and you're kind of like watching. You're like, is Anara gonna fight her? What's gonna happen? Is this gonna happen?
Oh my
Because
god, that scene on the bridge. So priceless.
the whole time. Also, Kaylee was probably one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yep.
Personally.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the only Baldwin I feel like that gets no love, but probably should get all the love, Adam Baldwin, aka
Oh, yeah.
Cobb.
Yeah.
As Cobb, yeah, I think he.
Janestown is one of my favorite episodes.
It's so good.
It's not my favorite, but it's up there.
It's so good.
Yes. Yes.
I will say, don't follow him on Twitter, but other than that, it's great. He's he posts a lot of weird right-wing theories on Twitter, and I'm like, oh.
You know what? I'm gonna forget you said that because I'm just gonna enjoy Cobb.
Yep.
I'm gonna enjoy my Cobb. But you know what? So we actually get through this because I think we will wax poetic eternally about.
About Firefly. Oh, we could do whole shows just on how much we love Firefly.
Yeah.
This could become a Firefly. This would quickly go from DM Roundtable to the other Serenity very quickly. I would happily call myself a serene stowaway, okay, and spend 5,000 hours talking about it.
I have a friend who's got, I think, 2 of the different Firefly board games. One of them is really incredibly complicated, though. I would never want to I would never watch someone else play it because it's like.
I own both of them.
Like the 4X strategy one where you're different pirate crews. Like,
I've seen that one, yeah.
Oh, that's the better one.
Oh.
The other one kind of sucks, actually.
I guess gameplay wise it holds up pretty well, but there's just so much to understand.
It's one of the few Ameritrash board games that actually incorporates the theme sufficiently. Like you are the team, you are using the money, you run into all the bad guys you would expect, you have to hide from the cops. Like all of the elements of the actual, it really gives you the experience. It's fantastic. Plus you have to like pay your crew and give them time off or they revolt against you.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah. It's a really, really good game.
No, that aspect alone is really cool to me because there's a lot of, and we'll link it back to D&D in this sense. I think of like the hireling mechanic, like the mercenary mechanics, and like D&D as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of morale for a creature or an NPC that's with you, and the idea that if something goes against or something really freaks them out, you'll roll a morale check. Yep. And they'll either be like, "Hey, I'm sticking around," or "Nope, gotta go."
I'm out.
like you know what? This is too much for me. I had a character in one of my campaigns that had I wanted a pet, and this was in BECME, which is like an AD&D first edition, like weird conversion remake. Is the best way I think to call it BECME. But I wanted to be like a ranger, but huh?
Like a cut rate Vecna?
There was no Vecna here, but I wanted a dog. And this guy was like, "Hey, if you take care of this dog, I'll give you a puppy." And we're in a crypt. And it got really hectic in battle. And the dog was like holding its own. And it almost got hit once. And immediately he like passed the roll. But I was like, my character looks at the dog, unhinges his leash, and tells him, I got told a command word that automatically tells the dog to just go home. It just disappears into speed of light pretty much and goes home.
Mm-hmm.
And I just whispered that word. I was like, no, not here. Go. And it was just gone. And I was like, damn, can't let the dog go. I'm not letting this dog get hit to roll a morale check. I was like, no pets for me, please. I can't afford it.
Oh, I
Can't
one of the
afford the
DMT
emotional stress.
one of the podcasts, one of the real play podcasts I used to listen to, there was a ranger that had a wolf for like the longest time. And they were in some underground thing fighting a bunch of undead, and the wolf took one hit